What if that very handful of nuts you eat every day is slowly destroying your kidneys? And the healthy almond milk in your morning smoothie is actually raising your creatinine and bringing you closer to dialysis. If your tests have already shown elevated creatinine, you're on the edge. And now, every dietary choice matters more than ever. Here's the truth doctors often don't mention. Not all nuts are equally beneficial for kidney issues. Some accelerate kidney damage. Others can help prolong kidney function. In this video, 4 nuts you can safely eat with kidney disease and 4 you should avoid. And at the end, a simple daily habit that may support kidney health. The first, walnuts, an anti-inflammatory choice. Imagine this, your kidneys are small, delicate filters that process about 190 liters of blood every day around the clock. When inflammation affects these filters, they become less efficient and wastes like creatinine begin to build up in the blood. This is where walnuts can help. Each ounce, approximately 28 grams of walnuts contains alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that, according to research, has anti-inflammatory properties. Studies on omega-3s in patients with kidney disease show mixed but encouraging results in reducing inflammatory markers, although more data is needed to confirm the benefits. What makes walnuts especially interesting for kidney patients is their mineral profile. About 98 milligrams of phosphorus per ounce is considered a moderate level of this important mineral. This is important because damaged kidneys struggle to eliminate excess phosphorus, which can disrupt mineral balance, worsen bone health, and impair cardiovascular function. The potassium content in walnuts is about 125 milligrams per ounce, generally well tolerated by most kidney patients, although individual needs depend on kidney function and other health factors. Around 4 grams of protein per ounce is enough to help meet daily needs without excess. The key is moderation. Usually 1 ounce per day is an acceptable amount for many, but always consult your healthcare provider. Choose unsalted raw varieties to avoid excess sodium, which can affect fluid balance and blood pressure. Number 2, macadamia. While walnuts are a smart choice, macadamia nuts are considered even more kidney-friendly in terms of mineral content. These creamy, buttery nuts contain one of the lowest amounts of phosphorus among all popular nuts, about 53 milligrams per ounce, making them particularly suitable for those limiting phosphorus intake. Macadamia also contains unique fatty acids, including palmitoleic acid, a monounsaturated fatty acid that, according to preliminary research, may offer metabolic benefits. Since diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney disease, any food that supports metabolism can be valuable, provided it is included in a comprehensive treatment plan. Macadamia contains about 104 milligrams of potassium per ounce, a moderate amount typically well tolerated by kidney patients. Their nutrient density is another plus. A small portion of these nuts provides satiety, helping to control intake. The recommended portion, 5 to 6 nuts per day, allows you to gain benefits without exceeding safe mineral limits. But again, everything depends on specific kidney function, other sources of phosphorus and potassium in the diet, and overall health. Number 3, pistachios. Pistachios require a more cautious approach in kidney disease. 1 ounce contains about 290 milligrams of potassium and 137 milligrams of phosphorus, numbers that need attention in kidney failure. However, pistachios also have their advantages. They contain about 6 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber per ounce, along with vitamin B6, which plays a role in red blood cell production. Kidney patients often develop anemia, and B vitamins become especially important. The key is portion control and timing. Many dietitians recommend limiting intake to 10 to 15 pistachios a day, preferably in the first half of the day, when kidney function is more active. The natural shell acts as a built-in limiter. It slows down eating and promotes mindful consumption. Research shows that pistachios contain antioxidants that may reduce oxidative stress, but in kidney disease, this benefit must be weighed against the mineral load. The fiber in pistachios also aids digestion and may help control blood sugar levels. Number 4, pecans. Pecans are often underrated in the context of kidney nutrition, but they deserve attention due to their balanced mineral profile and high antioxidant content. 1 ounce contains about 79 milligrams of phosphorus and 116 milligrams of potassium, making them a permissible choice for many kidney patients. What makes pecans stand out is their antioxidant density. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, they rank among the most antioxidant-rich foods, containing ellagic acid and vitamin E, which combat oxidative stress. Since oxidative stress is typically elevated in kidney disease, such foods are especially important. The monounsaturated fats in pecans support heart health, which is especially critical for kidney patients who face a significantly higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Studies consistently confirm kidney patients benefit from heart-friendly diets. Pecans also contain zinc and manganese, minerals that support immune function, which is important for patients with weakened immunity. The recommended portion is 5 to 7 pecan halves per day, which provides antioxidant benefits without exceeding safe mineral levels. Now, important information that can significantly affect the health of your kidneys. These 4 types of nuts pose a threat to people with elevated creatinine levels and should be consumed with extreme caution or excluded from the diet altogether. The first is almonds, a phosphorus problem. This fact often surprises people, but almonds indeed represent a serious issue for individuals with kidney failure. The main reason is the high phosphorus content, approximately 137-30 milligrams per ounce, which is nearly 3 times higher than in safer nuts like macadamia. However, the phosphorus issue is not limited to whole almonds. The almond industry has made its way into countless products: almond milk, almond flour, almond butter, all of which have become staples in health-oriented kitchens. Many commercial almond-based products contain phosphate additives to improve texture and shelf life. These additives are easily absorbed by the body and place additional strain on weakened kidneys. Almonds are also high in oxalates, compounds that contribute to kidney stone formation. And when kidneys are already compromised, the formation of stones presents an additional risk that can further worsen their condition. The widespread use of almond-based ingredients in healthy recipes means that people are consuming much more phosphorus than they realize. Reading ingredient labels becomes a matter of critical importance, as phosphate additives can be disguised under different names and may not be obvious sources of phosphorus. Number 2, chestnuts. The second, chestnuts, a danger due to potassium. Chestnuts may seem like a safe choice since they contain less fat than other nuts, but they carry their own risks for the kidneys. One serving of boiled chestnuts contains about 500 milligrams of potassium, a significant portion of the daily potassium allowance for most people with kidney disease. In kidney disease, it's especially important to monitor potassium intake because damaged kidneys cannot effectively eliminate it. Elevated potassium levels in the blood can disrupt heart rhythm and muscle function, which poses a serious danger. Chestnuts are also high in carbohydrates, about 45 grams per 100 grams of product, with a relatively high glycemic index. This creates additional challenges for kidney patients, especially if they are also diagnosed with diabetes. Seasonal preparation methods make the situation even more complex. Roasted chestnuts sold at markets are usually heavily salted, which adds extra sodium. This retains fluid and raises blood pressure. Canned chestnuts may contain preservatives that healthy kidneys could easily filter out, but weakened kidneys struggle even with this. Number 3, cashews. The third, cashews, a problem of processing. Cashews are becoming increasingly popular in plant-based cuisine, from vegan cheeses to creamy sauces, but for people with kidney disease, they are among the most problematic nuts. 1 ounce contains about 168 milligrams of phosphorus and 190 milligrams of potassium, making cashews a nut with elevated levels of both minerals. The issue is not only in their natural composition. Cashews are often processed into concentrated products: cashew cream, cashew cheese, cashew paste. This sharply increases the intake of phosphorus and potassium, often exceeding the acceptable limit. Commercial cashew products frequently contain additional phosphate additives to improve texture and shelf life. These substances are not always clearly listed on the packaging, but significantly increase the phosphorus load on the kidneys. The fat content of cashews, about 12 grams per ounce, is not a problem by itself, but in large quantities, as found in plant-based diet recipes, cashews can lead to excess calorie intake, which complicates weight control, an important aspect of managing kidney disease. Number 4, Brazil nuts. The fourth, Brazil nuts, the selenium problem. Brazil nuts pose a particular threat that is often overlooked, even by doctors. While selenium is an important mineral with antioxidant properties, Brazil nuts contain an extremely high amount, up to 544 micrograms in 1 ounce. For healthy individuals, the upper daily intake limit for selenium is 400 micrograms. For people with kidney failure, excess selenium is especially dangerous, as the kidneys cannot effectively eliminate it. Selenium overdose can cause nausea, fatigue, hair loss, and even further kidney damage, creating a vicious cycle in which the nuts worsen the very condition they're meant to help. Brazil nuts also contain about 187 milligrams of phosphorus and the same amount of potassium, making them unsuitable for patients with kidney failure. Even dietitians recommend that healthy people limit themselves to 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day to avoid selenium overdose. And for those with kidney disease, even this amount may be excessive, especially if selenium is also coming from other sources. Number 5, peanuts. Despite the fact that peanuts are botanically classified as legumes rather than nuts, they raise serious concerns when it comes to kidney health, especially if your creatinine level is already elevated or there are other signs of impaired kidney function. There are several reasons why peanuts should be approached with particular caution. First, peanuts contain a fairly high amount of phosphorus, about 100 to 110 milligrams per ounce, 28 grams. This is significantly more than in those nuts considered safer for individuals with kidney disease, such as macadamia nuts. The problem is compounded by the fact that phosphorus in peanuts may be present not only in its natural organic form, but also as part of added phosphate compounds, especially in processed products like peanut butter or salted roasted peanuts. For kidneys weakened by disease, such an excess of phosphorus can lead to calcium being leached from bones and deposited in blood vessels, which threatens to worsen both bone and cardiovascular health. Second, peanuts contain a relatively high amount of potassium, about 200 milligrams per ounce. And while that number may not seem alarming to a healthy person, for patients with reduced kidney function, excess potassium can lead to serious complications, such as heart rhythm disturbances or even life-threatening arrhythmias. Controlling potassium intake becomes vitally important. Sodium content is also a cause for concern. Most types of peanuts found on store shelves are roasted, salted, and flavored. All of this significantly increases sodium intake, an element that directly affects fluid retention in the body and can contribute to elevated blood pressure. In kidney disease, these two factors, fluid retention and hypertension, are especially dangerous. Peanut butter also deserves special attention. It concentrates fats, calories, and phosphorus, and in much larger amounts than whole nuts. Processed products are particularly concerning, as they often contain stabilizers, preservatives, and hidden sources of phosphates that, in cases of chronic kidney issues, can accelerate the deterioration of kidney function. Finally, one must not forget about potential toxins. Peanuts are known to be susceptible to contamination with aflatoxins, fungal compounds that are extremely dangerous for people with compromised liver and kidney function. Even small but regular intake of these toxins can intensify inflammation and place additional strain on already burdened organs. The conclusion is clear: if you have been diagnosed with kidney disease or your creatinine level is already elevated, peanuts should be treated with great caution. In some cases, they should be completely eliminated from the diet, especially if the degree of processing and purity of the product cannot be clearly determined. If your kidneys are functioning well, moderate consumption is allowed, preferably unsalted and unroasted peanuts, but only after consulting with a doctor or dietitian who can assess your phosphorus and potassium levels and the overall status of your kidney's filtration function. Healthy daily habit. And finally, a simple daily habit that supports kidney health. In addition to making the right nut choices, there is one easy method that researchers believe can naturally support your kidneys: regular walking combined with structured breathing. According to organizations focused on kidney health, moderate physical activity improves blood flow to the kidneys. Better circulation means more oxygen and nutrients, which helps kidneys function more efficiently, even if they are already damaged. This can contribute to better waste filtration and toxin elimination. Breathing exercises provide an additional effect. Techniques such as box breathing, inhale 4 seconds, hold 4, exhale 6, activate the body's relaxation response and reduce levels of stress hormones that may affect kidney function. Studies show that patients with chronic kidney disease who combine light physical activity with stress management report higher energy levels and overall well-being. This approach supports not only kidney function, but also psychological health. It's enough to start with 10 to 15 minutes of walking per day, gradually increasing to 20 to 30 minutes. The key here is consistency, not intensity, which makes this method suitable for most people, regardless of physical condition. Kidney health-focused nutrition strategy. Next, your kidney health-focused nutrition strategy. Here is your full action plan. Consider walnuts, macadamia nuts, pistachios, and pecans as potentially suitable options if consumed in carefully measured portions and as part of a kidney-friendly diet. Use extreme caution with almonds, chestnuts, cashews, and Brazil nuts, and depending on the condition of your kidneys, consider avoiding them entirely. Always choose unsalted raw varieties without added flavorings, preservatives, or processing agents. Carefully read ingredient labels to detect hidden phosphate additives, which may appear under various chemical names. Incorporate daily walks and breathing exercises, starting small and gradually forming sustainable habits. Monitor your well-being. Many people report improved energy levels and overall condition within the first few weeks of this practice. Most importantly, work closely with your healthcare team to track progress through regular lab tests. Your levels of creatinine, phosphorus, and potassium will show whether your dietary choices support your kidney health goals. Individual needs vary greatly depending on kidney function, other health conditions, and medications. Remember, kidney-friendly nutrition is not about strict restrictions. It's about making informed decisions based on your unique needs and working with qualified professionals to develop a sustainable eating plan that supports both kidney health and overall quality of life. If you have any questions or something to say, leave a comment. You'll find more information on this topic via the links in the description under this video and on our channel.